A very good evening and thank you so much yet again for joining us on Uctv News. I am Nora Sende to bring you this bulletin on the 18th day of November 2024. It's a Monday and we thank you for staying with us. Police is investigating an incident involving the former deputy ambassador to the U.S., that's Ambassador Dixon Ogwal, who reportedly brandished a pistol during a meeting of Lango clan leaders. Now, the meeting intended for clan leaders involved in the recent leadership wrangles descended into chaos after Ambassador Ogwang, who was not invited, unexpectedly attended. Now, tensions quickly escalated, causing disarray. Police spokesperson Rosoke Chituma confirmed that no one was injured during the scuffle.
Information we have, there was a scuffle. There was a component, of course, which created the discomfort in most circles, the one of pulling out of a firearm. Now, that is an issue I would prefer that we leave it for investigators. As a matter of fact, yes, a gun was pulled out, but now the question of why and what are the implications, that one I would leave it for the investigators. It is still ripe, but good luck. There was no bullet discharged and there was no person injured as a result of a firearm. The rest are manageable, and we shall be getting back to you as we unveil precisely what happened and why.
Now, Reverend Father Angelo Okwai, a parish priest of Our Lady Help of the Sikh Mulago Parish, has called on politicians to love one another and avoid endless conflicts that hinder socio-economic, political, and spiritual development. Now, speaking during a Holy Mass organized by the National Unity Platform at Makere Kavule to honor the souls of the party supporters, those who went missing or who died during November 18th to November 19th, 2020 protests. Now, Father Angelo emphasized the importance of love even in the face of challenges, as it makes life more bearable.
What has also motivated your group as a party, as a community, that you remember, you commemorate the brothers and sisters with whom you are in the same struggle who have gone before us. We have an obligation to remember them. And the best way you have chosen as a party, the best way you have chosen as a group is to honor them by mass. And I would like to thank the leadership of this group. So regardless of what we are doing, these young men and these young girls who have gone before us, they are there. They are in that memory, in that commemoration. We are coming to say that these people, some of them died in faith. We are coming to pray for them. Our prayer, the prayers of our brothers, the prayers of our sisters, can change the life of those people who have not made it in heaven. And that is our theology as Catholics. That the prayer of my brother can help me. The prayer of my sister can help me. So if we have thought of it, we are saying some of all those brothers or sisters who have gone before us, they could be hanging somewhere. May our prayer take them away from the purgatory and bring them near our Father, the Almighty God, in the paradise. And that's why we are here. So I would have loved each one of you, in the secret of his heart, in the secret of our heart, make some prayer for these people who we are commemorating. They were with us. They were our friends. We worked with them. We went for demonstration with them. We did a lot of things with them. Now that they have departed, there is no reason for us to forget them. And that is why I still continue saying, I love what you are doing. In many families, in many of our families, a place has been left empty. These people have left a gap that cannot be filled. A smile, the memory of the good things we used to have with them All these have gone. But still we can sit together and say, they are not there, they are with us. And their spirit is still walking with us. Their spirit is still with us. And some of you even may be dreaming them. Some of you, when they were dying, you went and consoled them and comforted them before dying. And that memory keeps coming back. And then that's why I'm saying there's a good memory and there are also some bad memory. For the good memory, we say thank you, Lord, for the life of these people. And for the bad memories that we had with them, and then we ask God to forgive them. These people were human beings. As human beings, they had their shortcomings. As human beings, there were moments that was not pleasurable for them. For all their lives, for the good things they have done for us, for the good time, for the good memory, for the good smile that we had with them, we say, Lord, thank you for their lives.
We owe it to the Almighty God that we still have the confidence to communicate to each other. We always say that Ugandans are lucky that we have a lot of humor, otherwise we would have gone into dangerous depression. Ndabi wana baba genzi ninenyamira ndaba family z'abantu aba babusibwawo ninenyamira naye njagala kuno mukisa utwale okwebaza family zezo wabaddewo kawe mungi otuteeka akazitaako ku mitima era ng'omwana bwagambye kuba kyekigambo ekijja mangu taata baamutta nga genza okumukwekalaakasa kwa Bobi Wine nga bamusibye. Families ezimu funa obuzibu okubatunula mu maaso kubanga waliwo eyo burden gyemba nayo, naye mwebale nnyo families zonna okuandastandinga nti munnange si musango gwaffe.
Now, the Catholic Men's Guild gathered at Namugongo Mata Shrine thus to celebrate the 29th anniversary under the theme, As the Baptized, Let Us Walk Together. Reverend Father Ambrose Wangato, representing His Grace Paul Semogerere, the Archbishop of the Archdiocese of Kampala, urged the Catholic men to demonstrate strength through the various deeds and uphold the values they cherish.
Catholic men gathered for a mass at Namugongo Catholic Shrine under the theme Bewabatize tutambulire wamu. The main celebrant was Reverend Father Ambrose Wangato, who represented the Archbishop of Kampala Archdiocese, His Grace Paul Semogerere.
We come to contest some assumptions against men. Father,
Father Reverend Ambrose encouraged the Catholic men to show their strength in a good way and stand their ground for values that they cherish.
I am a Catholic. I can't detest it. I can't contest it. I am what I am. To be strong. To be strong. To be strong. Strength is together. See a little you okay? No. No send about Takalia, no Babako. That is not strength, that is weakness. Okay? Strength is when you stand your ground for the values that you cherish.
Emily Chito Mwaka, the Sabakristo of Kampala Archdiocese, encouraged Catholic men to stand firm as Catholics in their homes and at workplaces.
Ebikolwa byaffe byoleka ekitiibwa kya Mukama waffe Yesu Kristo.
In his interview with UCTV, Reverend Father Ambrose enlightened the purpose of this meeting and described men as resilient creatures.
Abasajja bayita mu bintu bingi nnyo naye engeri gye baatondebwamu tebatera kwogera kyokka mu kukuŋŋaana bwe kuti bajja okufuna amaanyi n'okuwuliziganya n'okumanya ebigenda mu maaso mu bulamu bwa bannaabwe ate n'okuyambibwa amaanyi ga Katonda n'ebibuuliriro ebiva mu Kereziya ebisobola okubayamba okwaŋŋanga ebizibu bino bye bayitamu. Mu butuufu abantu bayita mu bizibu bingi nnyo. Abasajja bangi bavumibwa, bajolongebwa, batwalibwa nga batalina kintu oba balina nga batalina kye bali. Naye ate tukiraba nti nno Katonda yawa abasajja ekitone ekyenjawulo kwe kubeera ne resilience, okubeera n'obuvumu, okukaŋŋantira.
The chairperson Catholic Men in Kampala Archdiocese, Dr. Sekanyako, talked about the sufferings that men go through and encouraged them to come out and speak.
Kuli buli omu naye ekisinga obukulu kwe kulaba engeri gy'osobola okufuna obuyambi. Obunyigirizibwa kwa bika bingi nnyo era mu communication gye ntera okukola ne ku ssaza nawandiika article mu katabo kaffe ak'essaza omusajja mu mbeera ey'akazigizigi. Kati akazigizigi kayinza okuba ke kukolowoozaako, akamu kaba ka butaba na baana, akamu butaba na ssente, akamu ka kulwaza. Naye n'omusajja abeera yekka nga talina kwe yeebuuzaako, talina baabeera nabyo. Ebimu ku ebyo tosobola. Nze kye naalisabye beerako n'omuntu gw'oyogera naye. Naddala ng'ebibiina nga bino tetujja buzzi wano kukuŋŋaana kwogera naye tumanyagana, tusinkana bannaffe era ne twogera ku mbeera zonna ezitutawaanya byonna n'ebizibu bye bimu.
Mogera Peter, who came for the meeting from Lago Parish, says that he learned to be a responsible man and ensure a good image to the public.
Ne batukubiriza okubeera obumu, okweyisa obulungi, toyina kunywa mwenge ne weefuuka ng'ekitagasa, kikyoleka busajja, kyoleka musajja nga bw'oteekeddwa kubeera. Olina okweyisa omusajja ng'alimu ensa, ng'ow'eddiini.
M. Frank, UCTV News.
The United States International Development Finance Corporation has partnered with the Opportunity Bank Limited in a groundbreaking agreement to increase lending to refugee businesses and host communities with $9 million fund targeting women-owned businesses for refugees and host communities in Uganda. This initiative, the first of its kind in Africa, aims to support the growth of 60,000 small enterprises across Uganda, with 70% of the loans targeted at refugees and 30% for host community members.
On behalf of the U.S. International Development Finance Corporation, it is a pleasure to be here this morning to launch this partnership agreement between the Government of the United States of America and Opportunity Bank Uganda. The U.S. International Development Finance Corporation, or DFC, is the U.S. government's development finance agency. Our mission is to partner with the private sector to finance solutions to the most critical challenges facing the world today. One such challenge is the persistent barriers that refugees and host communities face in accessing financing to build and grow businesses and thus generate sustainable livelihoods and incomes for themselves and their families. This is why we are so excited about our partnership with Opportunity Bank Uganda, which will support the expansion of private sector lending to refugee and host community businesses in Uganda by up to 33 billion Uganda shillings, or $9 million US. This represents around 60,000 small enterprises who will be able to access loans from Opportunity Bank, of which roughly 70% will be businesses owned by refugees and the remainder by host community members.
For the past 30 years, as a bank, we've been transforming the lives of the underserved, specifically the underbanked people and their communities, and we affirmed this by starting the lending to the refugees when we opened a branch in Nachivale. We're opening one in Ramwanja, and we'll continue to expand other refugee settlements, including Chaka and Palabek, as has been mentioned. Uganda is a host to 1.7 million refugees, and 51% of those are women. It's the largest refugee hosting country in Uganda, in Africa, and we are the fifth largest in the world. We do find that refugees are disproportionately affected by poverty, and they do require dedicated support from partners like the US government and ourselves and the other partners that are coming to support this cause. In response to this need, our partnership with the US government has enabled us to tailor specific financial products that will serve the refugees so that we can elevate them and their host communities out of poverty by making them self-reliant and empowered. Already, in our partnership with Opportunity International, one of our key shareholders, we came up with a service which we called Refugee Innovation, Self-Reliance and Empowerment, which was RISE, largely geared towards addressing the challenges that refugees were facing in accessing financial services, and we wanted to create pathways for them to develop their own livelihoods and reach self-sufficiency.
All the folks that are here today to be with a witness to the important step forward that we are taking to support both refugees as well as Ugandan host communities. This has been a journey to really have a groundbreaking partnership that will provide access to financing, more than $9 million we expect, over 33 billion Ugandan shillings over the next several years that we hope will support more than 60,000 small businesses and entrepreneurs across Uganda. None of this, of course, would be possible without a lot of hard work, but also a strong commitment to supporting refugees and people in need. That begins with Uganda and Ugandan government's policies that allow refugees to escape violence, escape challenges in places where they are from, come here, find refuge, and begin to rebuild their lives. The United States, as the largest development partner, providing support, both humanitarian and development support to refugees around the world, as well as here in Uganda, where we fund more than 50% of all that assistance, also has been very committed to helping these individuals as well as the communities that host them to advance, to have greater prosperity, to have greater access to business opportunities, to health, to education, etc. But we also recognize that truly achieving those goals is connected to self-reliance, connected to having the skills, having the opportunities that allow individuals to graduate from assistance long-term. And so this groundbreaking initiative, and partnership that we have forged through the Development Finance Corporation together with the United States Agency for International Development, USAID, providing technical assistance, working in partnership with Opportunity Bank, is truly exciting because it is an opportunity to take that next step, to help individuals take the journey towards self-reliance, to have capital, to have financing so they can start their own business, so that they can access opportunities that are going to provide income streams for themselves and for their families and graduate them from humanitarian assistance.
Let's now take a quick break. When we return, UCTV News continues.
UCTV, good news for all. Radio Purchase, the best value-based community radio in Eastern Africa, running 24/7 with professional staff and solar energy backup of up to 500 kilowatts peak. We rock the whole of northern Uganda and the world using 7 languages on 90.9 FM and 94.5 FM in Arua on Ediofe Hill, 99.7 FM at Moyo on Adua Hill, 101.4 FM at For God in Gulu, and online at www.radiopurchase.org or download the Radio Purchase app from Google Play Store and Apple Store. Radio Purchase, peace of Christ for all.
Now, the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries has embarked on rolling out a Uganda Climate Smart Agriculture Transformation Project, a massive undertaking aimed at bolstering the country's agriculture sector against the increasing unpredictability impacts of climate change. This ambitious project, which is valued at $354.7 million, is designed to support 760,000 farming households that's across 69 districts, of which 7 are refugee hosting communities.
The Uganda Climate Smart Agriculture Transformation Project is a 6-year initiative instituted in 2022, jointly funded by the Government of Uganda and the World Bank.
When you practice climate smart agriculture, you increase production by 30%. That at the end of the day, farmers must experience high production. After that production, we must see increased marketing. Of course, we have other government arms which will do marketing, like Uganda Export Promotion Board, the Ministry of Trade. We shall work with them to make sure that whatever is produced is marketed. And the market is there.
The project focuses on boosting productivity, market access, and resilience for 4 key value chains, which include fisheries and aquaculture, crops, beneficial insects, and livestock.
The project is covering 69 districts, of which 7 are refugee hosting districts. This project covers about 4 value chains, but here we're looking at about 10 crops, livestock. You have beef and dairy. You have fisheries, then you have beneficial insects. Under beneficial insects, we are talking about black soldier flies. We're also talking about bees.
John Oyambi, the coordinator of Government Communication Officers Forum, has reiterated the call to journalists to preserve the reputation of the government institutions by avoiding biased reporting.
My prayer is the headline you're going to give out, let it be the headline to give the better image of your institution. Otherwise, you will find yourself by the time you are growing old, you may be even 30 years old, but the gray hair is all over. Even on your fingers that you used to tap that bad message, even the gray hair is already on your fingers, because things are not, you are reporting something wrong. You are busy doing the contrary, giving wrong information.
Delivering the closing remarks at the media breakfast meeting held at Kampala Nile Hotel in Namamve, Dr. Patience Rwamigisa confesses that this is one of the ministry's largest projects, upon which he implored all the stakeholders to play their respective roles in ensuring its success, because it promises about 40% of employment opportunities for youth.
So I'm appealing to you to support, we work together, we succeed together. There is no room for failure. Let us work together and succeed together. We must make this project work. Play your part and let everybody play his part.
The project is said to be implemented by the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, together with the National Agricultural Research Organization, NARO, National Animal Genetic Resource Center and Data Bank, and the Department of Meteorology. Joseph Kabale, UCTV News.
The Forum for Democratic Change, FDC, has criticized the Electoral Commission for failing to ensure free and fair elections during the Chisoro by-election. Speaking at the party headquarters, FDC spokesperson John Chikonyogo highlighted election malpractices, including alleged ballot stuffing and Busani polling station and Busuza sub-county.
We expect the EC to conduct a free and fair election in Chisoro. Because what happened, Mr. Bakama and all his commissioners were in Chisoro. All the registrars were in Chisoro. All the vehicles of EC were deployed in Chisoro. But despite all that, we heard from the radio, from the spokesperson of the police, that a clear case of an MP who had pre-ticked votes was moving around. in Chisoro, in the full view of the EC. And the EC up to now, really ask them where is Mr. Honorable Kamara, who was involved in these election malpractices. They can't give you that gentleman called Kamara. So the EC here is a confirmatory test to all Ugandans. They cannot run a free and fair election. If they can fail in one district when all of them are there, what about when it comes to the country? It is something very worrying to us as Ugandans that we are going to elections in 2026, but the EC is not up to the task yet. Despite the budget they gave them, it is confirmed beyond reasonable doubt that they cannot do a good job. And the unfortunate part, we have only about a year to elections. We had some amendments we wanted to do to those electoral laws, even introduce new ones, as per Citizens Compact, which we participated in, as per the recommendations of the Supreme Court, as per the recommendations of IPOD, where we participated. All those amendments can't be done easily in the time left and be implemented. So we resorted as FDC to take their main advice that when you are boxing and you know the ref is biased and all the referees are biased, all the judges are biased, what you have to do is to give someone a knockout. When you give a knockout, even if the judge or the referee is biased and he counts the 10s, count 1 up to 10 slowly, that gentleman is on the ground until the 10, he counts 10 in the full view of the public. So we have to go in these elections in sort of a protest because we know the laws can't change between now and 2026. So we are planning for that. In case any laws are changed in the process, it will be a bonus to us.
It's now time for Today in History. It has been nice having you. From the entire team and I, we wish you a lovely evening and good night.